Hi, this is Chris, Video Game Dust Sleeves, and you're listening to the VGDS podcast with Bandana Gamer,
The one and only
Bone06,
Nay.
DanCavDragon,
How's it going, everyone?
DizzyTheGamerJit,
Elote, YouTube Mafia.
and guest gamer, OmegaAceGaming.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're very welcome. First segment, Sleeve It or Leave It. First title, Castlevania Curse of Darkness, Bandana. Sleeve It or Leave It.
I mean, Castlevania is one of my favorite series of all time. One of my greatest pickups of all time just came in, was connected to Castlevania. While I'm not a huge fan of sleeving, jewel case, or not jewel, DVD case games, it's Castlevania, so I'll sleeve that. Even though it's not one of the premier ones.
Bones?
Well, I'm gonna go with. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you flat out, I cheated and I looked at the next one down already, and since I don't like that one, I'm gonna say sleeve this one.
What's the next one down, Bones?
I don't want to say.
Dan?
I would sleeve this one. Castlevania games deserve to be sleeved on their own. So, yeah.
Dizzy?
Well, Bones just helped me out because I didn't look at the second one, but now that I looked at the second one, I'm gonna pretty much give the same answer. Sleeve this one, yes.
You basically are looking over Bones' shoulder and cheating on the test. That is,
hold up.
that is what is occurring here.
Let's get this straight. There's no way in hell Dizzy would be able to look over Bones' shoulder.
That is true. Does
He's
anybody need a
super tall.
pencil? They're $1 a piece.
Bones is really super tall. You're not. He would need
I
a step
pulled out
ladder.
the eraser.
He would need a step ladder for it.
Those dudes who walk around on the drywall stilts, they got me beat.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
And Omega. Sleeve it or leave it.
Well, it's I mean, the artwork alone tells me to sleeve it. The game itself, I'm super biased when it comes to Castlevania. It's literally my favorite game franchise of all time. So this one's a no-brainer for me. I'm definitely gonna sleeve it.
Next title. Bones, what's the title?
We don't want to talk about this innocence. I'm not going to comment on this. We kind of already touched my little subject. It's a no. It's a no.
Bandana.
No one can...
What's the name of the game?
I will say it. It's Castlevania: Lament of Innocence.
Bones, I guess, couldn't
PS2.
just say that. He couldn't say the title. It must be that shit.
All I said was, all I wanted to say was innocence, and I did. That was it.
All right, go ahead.
I'm
Bandana.
innocent.
I'm going to go off the same thing that I said. Yeah, I don't like these games as much, but they're still Castlevanias, and they warm my heart because they're Castlevanias. And I think Igarashi did work on these, so they at least have a pedigree.
Dan?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, just leave it to the expert on Castlevania, Bandana. I will agree and say, based on the artwork alone, I would sleeve this, but the game itself is not so much. But yeah, definitely sleeve it.
Omega.
Well, I have a lot of memories tied to this game. High school, hanging out with my buddies, we passed the controller around and play this game. And again, the artwork just kills. So it's definitely a sleeve for me.
And Dizzy?
Yeah, Ace is probably gonna kill me, but he knows how I feel about this one too. It's just so different with the 3D that I couldn't really get into it. But I do agree with Ace. That would make a good 3D pop out just with the artwork alone. But personally, I would not sleeve it.
Well, somebody in here has both of these on its way.
Yeah, I'm sure I know who it is.
On its way, if it's not already there.
Dan! Sorry.
No, it's actually not Dan.
Oh, is it Omega?
It's Omega.
It has to be.
Omega's awesome. Okay, Omega wins.
Thank you.
Hey, the artwork looks good though. It would make a great 3D.
It is 3D.
Just
by the way.
Just from the experience I had with the game, though, I'm not too into it.
Yeah, they're both 3D'd. You can't get a PS2 game not 3D'd. So
Nah, they look great
True.
in 3D. Yeah.
Yeah, please share them with us when you get them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The images, yeah.
yeah, there's a channel you could show those sleeves. That's what it's called. So like, if you want to take photos and put it in here, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll plug them in there.
Next title, SOS for the Super NES. Dizzy. Really.
That looks like it has like a cruise ship going down. And you could probably 3D pop out those waves. Yeah, it look good. Yeah, I 3D pop that one.
Omega.
Agree with Dizzy. The waves in the foreground, the ship a little bit more towards the background, the smoke. There's a lot going on. The lightning. Yeah. I definitely say this is worth a 3D pop out. I've never played the game though.
Yeah, me neither.
Bandana.
Nah, I don't know the game, and yeah, I don't care about boats. I want to be on land, man. Like train. Like for me, it's like airplanes, trains, and then boats. You know.
Dan.
Yeah, definitely sleeve this game. It's very underrated. It's also quite uncommon. It's worth a lot of money. It's actually kind of like a Metroidvania type game, and the concept is the ship has shipwrecked, and so the ship is actually upside down. So you're actually, going.
Oh, they tried to make a Poseidon adventure.
Exactly,
game.
exactly.
So they're unoriginal and stealing from stuff. I'm definitely leaving this one.
So it's a upside down ship, and it's starting to flood, and so you're going around all the different decks trying to escape. So we're sleeping, yes.
Bones.
Okay.
I know. I'm gonna go with pass.
Thanks for the detail on the game, Dan, because like I didn't know anything about the game.
I know nothing about the game.
Yeah, when I was little, I just came out when I was pretty young, and I read the premise behind the game, and I actually hunted it down to make sure I got it. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Cool. Next title, Supernova for the Super NES. Bones, really.
I'll go with yes on this one.
Dizzy.
I do like the artwork in the front, but I don't think that would be something I'd play. It looks too much like Top Gun to me, so I'll leave it.
Bandana.
Yeah, we're just gonna let him insult Top Gun. Okay, we'll leave that
just came out.
Moving right along.
For another podcast.
Exactly.
I'll
The
stay
game.
on topic.
Wow.
Since this is Supernova, this is a super no-go for me.
Ooh, nice pun.
Omega.
I'm gonna say no. There's a lot of blue. Aside from that, it's just a couple ships. I mean, maybe I'm just not looking at it the same, through the same goggles as somebody else. But I don't really think this art has a lot going on for it.
And Dan.
Man, you guys are bumming me out, man. I would totally sleep this game. This is a shmup. This is part of the part of the Darius or Darius series. It's just got a crappy American name, but yeah, it's not super common. I actually don't have it, and now that you put it here, I will put it on my podcast pickup list to go hunt down. Yeah, so sleeve it.
See, look, Dan's got all the information for the games. All right, on to the next segment. This is Guess That Box Art, but this is the co-op edition. You guys probably never heard of this, and the only reason why it's the co-op edition because one of these box arts are from me, and the other one's from my wife. I wonder if you can guess which is which.
You're the bottom one, which I know that, and your wife is the top.
You got it.
You got it. This is getting racy. It's a podcast after dark.
All right. First image. Bandana, you know it?
No, but I know the second one, obviously.
I would hope you would.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously. I don't know what this box art is. Maybe
Try the finer things in life.
Dragon knows.
Man, that top one looks really familiar, but I just can't put a name to it.
I know Dan knows this one.
Yeah, I think I know this one.
All right, so Dizzy, Omega, you guys know the first image?
Well, the
I'm
first one, I'd say if you turn that picture 30 degrees to the right, it looks like a kid under a cow's udder. So I'm not really sure.
I'm probably really reaching here, but is that Stanley from? Oh wait, hold on. I'm actually supposed to say the name of the game. I'm supposed to guess it.
Sure.
If I had to guess, maybe Donkey Kong 3 for the NES. Probably a big reach, but
No, it's not. I can give you. All right, I'll give you the system. Atari 7800.
Well,
wow.
I'm never gonna get it.
yeah, I'm not gonna get that
Damn.
either.
And today we go to Dan.
Exactly.
Dad.
Dan is the man.
That was an excellent guess, by the way, Omega.
Thank you.
Because you're in the same era of arcade games. This is Food
Yeah,
Fight.
true.
Food Fight, right?
Correct. It's Food
And that would
Fight.
be not Stanley, but that's Charlie. Charlie Chuck. So, very close.
Thank you.
Okay, who doesn't know the second one?
All right, we're letting Omega Ace, since he's the guest, say this, right?
Yes, please.
Since I'm the guest, oh no, I'm on the spot here. I mean,
You gotta know that, Ace.
I mean, that looks like a ghost ship in a castle. That could be.
Oh,
Close.
buddy, come on, you.
I mean, which Castlevania is it? Is
There
the
you go.
question. Which one is it though? Is the question, right?
Yeah, which
Oh
one?
man. I mean, is it? It can't be 3.
No,
No,
the
it's not
artwork
three.
for 3 is way better.
Oh no. I'm supposed to know this. Oh well.
Look at your cards.
Look at my cards. I mean, I can dig them out real quick. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'd be cheating at this point. I already took a guess. You know.
Guess again.
Guess again, yeah.
Just say the name of the series,
I
and
mean,
just don't say anything else.
Just
say
stop,
the-
right? Oh yeah, that's the cover art for Castlevania. Yeah.
Ding,
There
ding,
you
ding.
Gotta be.
Yes.
All right,
The-
next segment, Bones.
All right, guys. This week's logo sleeve is our guest gamer, Omega Ace.
Thank you.
That's a nice looking purple sleeve you got there, my friend.
Nice.
If anybody else was interested in picking one of these up and you like, contact Chris. You can get Omega's sleeve in any cart, 64, Super Nintendo, Genesis, any cartridge you want. Just contact Chris, and he will take care of it for you at Video Games The Sleeve.
Yeah, I actually got my Castlevania 1 in that Omega Ace sleeve. I mean, the man has a custom NES Castlevania NES, so
Now, Omega, we like to know, what game would you like to see people be putting in your dust sleeve?
Oh
It-
yeah,
it
well, it's
doesn't-
definitely.
I was gonna say it
Uh-huh.
doesn't have to be specifically NES. It could be anything.
Nope, yeah,
Okay.
it could be absolutely anything.
Well, the NES is my favorite game console of all time, so I would encourage people to put NES games in this dust sleeve. Even though Castlevania is one of my favorite game franchises of all time, I would say Rad Racer is something that my channel identifies with quite closely. I have 3D aviators, like that are in red and blue.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I throw them on when I play Rad Racer myself. So, I mean, if you happen to have a copy of Rad Racer, which I would imagine most people do, I would throw it in the sleeve.
Nice.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Take it away, Dan.
Okay, so the next segment is franchise of the month. Every month we pick a franchise, and we're 60 odds podcasts in, Chris. I'm surprised we haven't picked this one yet.
Yeah.
But it is the Mario Kart series. So for this one, I would hope most of you have played Mario Kart at this point, at least some version of it. So please, let's go around and let me know which one is your favorite installment of the series, and if you have one, what's the least favorite one, and anything else you might want to add. So let's see, who wants to start? Let's start at the top. Bandana, what's your take on Mario Kart?
Oh, So, I mean, this, like, legitimately, if I'm not trying to put on airs, is probably my favorite video game series of all time.
Nice.
Now, if you ask me, I'll probably say, like, Mega Man or Final Fantasy, so I sound cool. But, oh my gosh, this series has so many, like, special moments. I'm gonna go with Mario.
Yeah, it's hard
Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii. Because mainly I am married because of that game.
Nice.
Tell the story.
Yeah, tell the story.
Tell that story. So back how many ever years ago, 2012 was, I got the Wii U, and at that point in time, I just didn't keep the old consoles. I just kind of was out with the old and with the new. And I had but I knew, like, trading it in, it was kind of worthless. So I had a friend who was kind of making their basement a cool hangout spot, and I was like, they'll need this Wii. So I took them the Wii, and they're like, what game should I check out? I was like, oh, Mario Kart. You should definitely check out Mario Kart. And I lent them my copy, and I put a little note on the cover, and they invited me to come hang out and play Mario Kart with them, and I did. And it was like once a week, then twice a week, and then 3 times a week. Then it was like every night in the week. And that friend, when that friend and I realized we had feelings for each other, and we started dating, and then we got married.
Wow.
And,
Nice.
yeah, and so I still have. I took them when I took the copy of Mario Kart over. I put like a little note about how she needed to practice so it would be fun for me. And I actually still have that note on the copy of the game. So,
I would keep it on there too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So. All right, top that, guys.
Yeah, thanks for
Okay.
sharing that.
Franchise is
Yes,
over.
yes.
Look how going alphabetically first just ruined the rest of the game.
All right, franchise of the month's over.
Yeah, I might as well wipe my ass with my comment.
All right.
Go for it, Bones. Unless, yeah, you were done by then, right?
I
I
have
have an emotional story with Mario Kart 64, but we'll do another podcast.
Well, for me, yeah, I like Mario Kart, of course. But I kind of fizzled out when it started into the Wii. I played some of the Wii, but my favorite is going to by far be the one for the GameCube, believe it or not. I loved Double Dash.
That was tight.
Yeah, that for some reason has a soft spot in my heart. And I mean, I have some of the newer ones, and I don't know. I haven't played them long enough to really get into them. And if I really want to play Mario Kart, for some reason, I do get prone pulled back to Mario Kart Double Dash. So I'm going to pick that one.
Nice. What's your least favorite?
Well, see, that's hard because I don't really. I'd have to say the Wii one then, because I like the 64 one a whole hell of a lot. I love the Super Nintendo one, and I love Double Dash. Notice it's all the real old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Wii one.
Nice. All right. I mean, I'm just saying because like your least favorite is Bandana's favorite, so that's cool.
Well, I'd probably pick the Wii U because I just didn't like playing it on the tablet. If you want me to be crystal clear on which one I did not like the most.
All right. Dizzy, how about you and Mario Kart? Tell us a good story.
I got a couple good stories. Love the franchise. I mean, from the beginning, the Super Nintendo one. I was maybe like 7, 8 when that came out. Never got to play it. Always saw my older sister and my older cousins playing it. They never passed the controller to us little kids. Never. So that one, as I got older and was able to play it, I had the most difficulty learning the game. But now that I got it, and I'm pretty good at it. Mario Kart 64 is my favorite. I love it. If anybody wants to play online on the Switch, you know, I will hit you with the red shells. Love it. Even on the OG Mario, on the OG 64, I love playing that game. That's always one of the go-tos. It's like Mario Kart 64 or 007, but more than likely it's the Mario Kart. Even the Mario Kart 7 on the DS was great. The Nintendo Wii version, like I said, Chris gifted that to my daughter on her birthday. She lets me play it every now and then. And I loved how they had that steering wheel for it. Like, that was something brand new. And eventually that worked its way to the Switch version. Well, the Nintendo Wii U version, and then the Switch version, which I really love the Switch version. I am not good at all at the Switch version. I play it with the N64 controller because I just love the 64. I know all the controls, so it's great on the Switch. But I've been beat on the Switch game by so many YouTubers. Linda's beat me, Brady's beat me, Zap Crystal's beat me. So I'm not gonna say that I'm the best at the Switch version. My daughter beats me at that game. She's super good. I mean, I've seen her. I'm not gonna say any names. I've seen her take down the bigger YouTubers on that game. So that's a great one. I've never played the Wii U version. Mario Kart Live is a great one too. Actually did a stream with my daughter with that one. I set up the track in her room. It went under the bed. I had different toys everywhere. It looked great. So Mario Kart Live and the Luigi Live are two great ones. If you guys haven't played them, I mean, set it up in the living room. That one's always a fun time. I would say I do have the GameCube version. I would say, and don't kill me anybody, but that is my least favorite. Just because the switching from character to character, I just couldn't really get into it. And more than that, I think I just love the Mario Kart 64 version so much that I'd rather just play that one anytime. That's like the go-to. But it's still a fun game. Just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I hate the game. It's still a great game. If I'm playing co-op, I'm gonna have fun regardless. Like I said, even the DS games are good. So Mario Kart, always a fun time. Linda actually gifted my daughter a custom SNES controller from Russ Lyman with Mario Kart SNES on the front of the controller. It looks great, and that video will be out soon. But yeah, I love this franchise. The franchise can do no wrong in my eyes, and it's always a fun time co-op with anybody, always. So yeah, that's a great one.
Oh, great. That's an excellent overview of the series, Dizzy, and you sound like you've definitely played a lot of Mario Kart, so that's awesome.
Love it, yeah.
All right, Omega, our guest Omega, how about you and your thoughts on Mario Kart?
Yeah, I love the franchise as a whole, actually. Mario Kart 64 was, I'd say, one of the first games me and my family ever played together. You know, me, my sister, and both my parents, we had actually played that one, you know, for 4 players. My mom's favorite stage being the one with the train, if you guys remember from the first.
The desert.
Yeah, she really liked that one. So, I guess I have fonder memories of that game, which kind of makes me biased. So I'd have to say that one for me in my heart trumps the rest of them. If I had to pick any that I didn't really care for all that much, I honestly like them all. But if I had to, I guess I'd have to say Mario Kart DS because of how easy it was to cheat in that game. People online would hack that game, so playing online it would be pointless unless everybody was cheating, and that in and of itself is pointless, you know.
Yeah, nice. And Chris, how about you and Mario Kart?
Yeah, where can Mario Kart go wrong? Seriously, like it's a
no.
good co-op game. Like I can't say anything else that the other guys didn't besides like what I play the most. Besides the Super Nintendo version, I play a lot of the Wii version because of my family. At the time when Mario Kart for the Wii came out, I purchased that right away. That was like almost a day one purchase for me, and I couldn't have been happier with it because that gave me more time with the family. That game did. So there you go.
Yeah, nice. I'll just wrap it up by saying my favorite installment is the original one on SNES. That one I played so much, I feel like I could play with my eyes closed, and I liked every single character in the game. My least favorite would be the N64 version, only because I was so used to the control pad of the SNES. I never really got used to the N64 controller, so that's because I spent too much time on the previous one. But other than that, I mean, it's hard to find a bad apple among this bunch. So yeah, it's overall excellent series. I even like the very last one is the arcade one when you go to like Dave and Buster's or something. And my only complaint about that one is that it's too short. You keep it's like one race per swipe, whatever. So I wish I could have. I wish they would make a version of that at home so you can play online with people. But other than that, yeah, overall great series, and that wraps up this segment. For the regulars, I would say just keep this in mind because we'll continue some of this discussion in the next podcast. So there you
go. And nobody really mentioned the handhelds on this, but Mario Kart 7 was pretty decent.
Yeah,
I did. I like that game.
Played it on a handheld.
Super Circuit kind of sucked. The Game Boy Advance one, they even acknowledged that there were some flaws with that one. Though it was the first one that introduced retro cups, so that was pretty cool.
Right. Well, I just wanted to put that in there. All right, now on to the actual podcast where we get to learn about Omega. Omega, you can tell us whatever you would like, but the biggest things is where we could find you, what you collect, what you like to play, and again, whatever you feel like telling us about you, and we'll ask questions as it goes along. So
awesome.
Take it away.
Awesome. Okay. Well, when I first started my YouTube, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. So if you guys haven't checked me out, I'm on YouTube as OmegaAceGaming. I also have 2 social media accounts. I have a Twitter and an Instagram. My Instagram being OmegaAceGaming, and my Twitter being OmegaAce1313. I started about 4 years ago playing Mega Man games. Funny enough, just so my friends can watch me play. Friends I used to hang out with on the regular. And one day I accidentally forgot to set it as unlisted, and I made it a public stream, and somebody dropped in for the first time. That wasn't a part of our circle, and I kind of just grew from there. My favorite game franchise of all time, as I stated before, is Castlevania. I have a rather unrealistic goal of trying to know death run every game in the franchise. So far, I've gotten 9 of them done, and I'm working on 2 others right now. I like to practice those 2 at a time. What else can I say? I have this YouTube thing I started about 1.5 years ago. I made a fictional wrestling federation with the WWE 2K20 engine, and I made about 70 YouTubers into wrestlers. I gave them all even stats. I have them wrestle while people come in and watch live, and me and Mazen Power, which is another YouTuber friend of mine, we do the commentary as if we're watching from the side, and we kind of just watch the chaos unfurl.
So what do you collect mass, or do you collect what you play?
I generally collect what I play. I do pick up a couple titles here and there for the NES, it being my favorite game console, solely because of the artwork. I have a great appreciation for the artwork on game covers, so if a game is mediocre at best but the artwork is fantastic, I'll still pick up the game so I can have it look pretty on the shelf.
Considering you started your own wrestling federation, are you really into wrestling, or is that just something that you wanted to start because it was just something to do?
I guess you can call it something to do. I mean, I was into wrestling back, during the Attitude Era. That is since diminished into something else. So I'm not
Soap
really.
opera.
Yeah, I'm not as big on it as I used to be, but just having watched it for as long as I did during my middle school and early high school years, I definitely gained an appreciation for it, and it's something that I like to bring into the LLE events. The LLE standing for Los Luchadores de Elotes, which is Spanish for the wrestlers of corn. Yeah, literally just corn as in the food. There's a whole inside joke there. that's kind of a long story. I don't know if I have the time for that, but
We hope so.
You have time.
Well, okay. Well, long story short, I had a cousin growing up. He's about my age, actually. I think maybe he's like a year younger. And during our teenage years, I'd visit him with my family in Mexico, and I'd spend a lot of nights with him. You know, we'd watch MTV in the middle of the night, or we'd play, you know, Super Nintendo, whatever. And he got into the habit of shouting "elotes" all the time because of these street vendors that would pass by in the trucks. They had these speakers on top of the trucks, and they would just shout "elotes" all the time, you know, with the speakers. So he would shout it to the point to where his family, my uncle and aunt, his brothers, they literally just hated him for it. Like, oh my god. And one day, it's 3 in the morning. We're watching a Red Hot Chili Peppers music video, and he smiles at me with a devious smile, and he shouts it so loud it sounded like it hurt. At the top of his lungs, he shouted "elotes," and his dad just my uncle, he kicked the door open, you know, SWAT style.
Wow.
I thought my cousin was gonna die there, and my uncle just let out this long defeated sigh, and he just left the room. So it just kind of made an impression on me, and I told Mazin the story. He found it funny, and he kind of adopted it into his channel, and now it's kind of everywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
It's-
Elotes
it
is
actually-
like bigger than that story now.
I was
It's
gonna say,
everywhere.
actually, elotes came up in the podcast a long time ago, when Linda was here.
Really?
Yeah, she brought it up. We were.
I
Talking,
think it was on Mister.
Yeah, we were talking to Mr. Awesome, and he's Spanish, so she brought up that, and he was like, "What are you talking about?" Because he had no
It's
clue.
everywhere.
He had no clue what. Like, he's like, "Why are you saying corn?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
came,
bigger than that story now. I'm telling you.
So it came up
Yeah.
like, I don't know how many podcasts ago that was, but I still remember it to this day because it was funny. Because the dude was like, "What do you mean? What are you talking? Why are you saying corn?"
It's like a game of telephone. It spread itself so far that at a point it kind of just lost meaning, and people don't know where it actually comes from. But I mean, there's humor in that. It's like, I don't know if it's ironic, but I mean, there's definitely humor in looking at that. You know, just from the outside looking in, just seeing just that word just being randomly.
It's not even a word sometimes. Sometimes it's just a corn emoji.
Yeah, it's the emoji.
True. That's true.
It's part of the community now, though. It's grown so big. You can go on a number of different YouTubers streams, and you'll see that corn thrown in the chat. And like for us, we know exactly what it is. It's like if you were there from the beginning or a long while back, and you're part of that community, you're gonna understand what the corn is. It's like we have another YouTuber in Geniuses. He has the duck emoji, and like if you're part of that community, you know exactly what it is. So I think it's pretty awesome that Omega has that emoji that kind of connects everybody together to his channel. Like you can go on his stream and everybody's gonna throw it in there. As soon as I jump in his stream, I'm throwing the corn in there. You know what I mean? And all the friends are gonna know exactly what that means, and it's pretty cool. I mean, as a small YouTuber, I hope to have something like that one day. You know, so it's awesome.
Thank you.
Elotes.
Elotes!
So you're the origin of that story, then, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
all,
Yes,
oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Wow,
Yep.
Yes, sir.
this is an honor. Wow.
It's an honor.
Well, honestly, like when Linda
That's
brought it
how
up,
big it is.
when Linda brought it up, nobody knew what she was talking about, but I did. So,
There you go.
I don't. Dizzy, were you? Did you do that episode or no? I don't know if you did.
Honestly, I don't
I don't think
know
you did.
if I did or not, but I
don't
did
think you
hear
did.
it back on the podcast. And again, I knew exactly what she was talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like it's grown bigger than Omega's channel. Like,
Right.
and that's so cool to me. You know.
Yeah, it's really something. You can only imagine my cousin's expression the first time he hopped on my channel and he just saw a bunch of corn emojis on in the chat. You know.
I mean, it's on Omega's merch too. If you buy one of his T-shirts, there's gonna be corn on that thing. You know.
Oh, but
Oh
just,
yeah.
just wait.
Uh huh.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
wait until podcast number 3, and then you'll understand what I mean by that, Dizzy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
3D corn.
I might actually put current on it.
That's
Oh man,
yeah.
that's something. That's something.
Glue some corn to it.
Oh wow, that's a good idea.
That's definitely an idea. Yeah.
That'll be popping.
All right, Bandana. Over to you.
What'd I do? What?
Questions?
Oh, is this
for
that was
Omega?
question time?
You're in trouble.
Question- No, like I was like over to me. Like I thought I had a segment or something. So knowing you're a fellow Castlevania head,
Oh yeah.
I looking at your channel and the streams I've checked out have been awesome.
Thank you.
I was really curious how you. I saw you no death run the Game Boy ones, and the Game Boy ones have a kind of peculiar nature. I am actually a fan of the latter two. I was wondering which is your favorite Castlevania Game Boy game and why. Game Boy Advance games don't count.
Yeah, definitely Belmont's Revenge. Castlevania
Okay.
2 Belmont's Revenge is by far my favorite. That was one of the first video games that I liked the music so much that I memorized, let's say, the majority of the names of the tracks.
That is a good soundtrack, and that's a good use of the Game Boy sound chip.
Yeah, it's the soundtrack in that is so amazing. I mean, if you were to play it to somebody that didn't really play video games, they couldn't possibly fathom the fact that somebody made that music with that little handheld. It's crazy, especially back then.
Of the ones you've no death run, what has been the best experience of no death running?
Oh man, so I haven't uploaded it yet, but Castlevania Chronicles for the PlayStation 1, that no death run's actually coming up pretty soon. Ironically, the reason I haven't uploaded that one yet is because I'm still working on a thumbnail for it.
Okay.
That one there, that one took me 6 months of on and off practice, and there was a lot going on during that time. I was studying for finals, when I was wrapping up my college career, and there were some, everybody knows a lot of Castlevania games. I mean, most of them, 95% of Castlevania games have some BS moments in every other level. You get to this one point in the level, you're holding your breath because you say, okay, I'm gonna die here. It's like a 50-50 chance I'm gonna slip up and die here, and that game has a lot of those moments where you're so deep into the game. You're like an hour. Well, I mean, at the time I got faster, but you're like an hour in, and there's this one jump. It's a pixel perfect jump, and you screw it up, you have to start the whole game over again. And I was hit with euphoria when I finally got the no death run. I literally slid off my couch. You could just see me on camera just sliding off the couch when I finally got that no death run. It was a major
Nice.
sigh of relief.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Also noteworthy, I'd say, is my Haunted Castle no death run.
Mhm.
That one, funny enough, Megadan29, if you guys are familiar with him,
Yeah.
yeah, he had told me that he was interested in playing that game once upon a time, and then he said he was going to use one of my streams as a point of reference. And I said to Megadan, I said, oh, I think I can give you a cleaner run, so don't use that one as a point of reference. And I got close enough to no death running into where I said, you know what, I think this is achievable, and I pushed for it until I got it. And that was actually the first no death run on my channel.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, I guess I'm going to pass it to DanCav.
Oh, well, thanks. Well, I was gonna say, Haunted Castle is a very tough game, if I recall. I can't play that game at all, so I have to check this video out. Let's see. What systems do you collect for? What's your favorite system? I guess platform.
Let's see. I tend to collect for NES mostly, and the Famicom Disk System as well. So I have a good amount of those. My wife really likes the Super Nintendo, so I kind of let her have at it with that one. Lately, yeah, the Famicom Disk System has been a lot of fun for me to pick up. Just so it's something that I can stream that's different from most channels. You'll notice, not that there's anything wrong with it, but there's a recurring pattern of go-to titles. And I said, I want to explore. I want to see what else is out there, and I want to introduce people to some new games. One game in particular being God, I can never remember the name. It literally translates to Miracle of Almana. It's like if I had to cross it with anything, I'd say it's a cross between Indiana Jones and Bionic Commando, because he has like a grappling hook. That's a really cool game for the Famicom Disk System if you haven't checked that out.
That's cool. I that's interesting because yeah, not many people are talking about the disc system. I actually have one. I got one not too long ago, and yeah,
Nice.
I was yeah. So I'll definitely I just wrote that down. That game down. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the artwork in the manuals as well. For that's something that really stood out to me for the Famicom Disk System. I have to pick up every one of those games complete because the manuals have all this really cool art in them. The art all actually looks very similar across the board, across all the manuals. It's almost as if they hired the same artist for all of them. It just really looks cool the way they draw it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, yeah, those are nice. Yeah, when you get them complete, there's a lot of cool stuff. You know that. Yeah, you definitely want to get those games complete if you can.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, back to Castlevania. You mentioned what your favorite handheld, but what in the overall series, what's your favorite Castlevania game?
That would have to be Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis or the Mega Drive if you're from if you're from Europe. That is my personal favorite. I love being able to play as two different characters with entirely different play styles. The visuals for the intro and outro of the game look really, really good. The music is actually, interestingly enough, the music was composed by Michiru Yamane of Symphony of the Night fame. So you if you really like her music in Symphony of the Night, the music in the Genesis version, I'm sorry, the music in Bloodlines is very good as well. There's even a reference to man, I'm sorry, I'm deviating a little bit here, but there's actually a reference in Symphony of the Night soundtrack. There's a song called "The Tragic Prince," and it's actually a nod to a song from the Sega Genesis game. There was a song called "Prayer of a Tragic Queen," so I thought that was a really interesting connection between the two games.
That is a brilliant game. Your taste is impeccable, sir.
Thank you, Bandana. Hey, by the way, Bandana, it was actually watching you play Dracula X for the Super NES that drew me to your channel. So thank you for playing that game.
Well, thank you for checking it out. I know I am nowhere. Of course, my playthroughs are just called playing around. So I am no death running anything. So I appreciate you checking that out. Just me goofing around with that game.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Bandana, we could probably have an entire Castlevania podcast at some point. But I'd love to ask 10 more questions, but I'll move it. I'll pass it along. Thank you so much, and I don't know who's next, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, Bones.
Since you're a NES connoisseur like myself, what are two games that you still don't have that you want to have in your collection because you really want to play?
Oh man, for the NES,
Yep.
I'd say Power Blade is definitely one that I want to own. I think the music's really good in that one. Oh man, I did not expect that question. Shoot, trying to think of a second NES game that I'd want. Gosh, well, I mean, I used to. No, that's a terrible choice. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say Donkey Kong 3, but really, is it that? Does that game really? that game does not have that great a replay value to where I'd say it's worth going out of your way. I mean, you know, that can be argued, I'm sure. Man, another Castle. No, wow, my brain is just all Castlevania right now. Another NES game.
Well, you can't say Castlevania because you probably have all of them.
I do.
Also, your brain being Castlevania is not a problem. Let's just,
Yeah.
and it's okay to say like, "Hey, I need 6 more copies of this amazing game."
Yeah, seriously. Oh man, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that question, so I'm only able to come up with one game right now.
That's fine. You don't have to
That's
worry about a
fine.
second one.
That's a
Here,
good
I got
choice.
a better one. Since my hated game of all time is Ghostbusters. What is 2 games that let you down as far as NES titles?
Oh man, Rad Racer 2. When I tried Rad Racer 1 and I just absolutely loved it, and as simple of a game as it is, you know, it has banging tunes and everything, and I expected the second one to just be a better version of the first, and I was way off. It was a huge
It's so
disappointment.
bad.
Oh man, it was a really big letdown. And wait, did you say 2 titles or just the one? I'm sorry.
You could do 2.
Gosh, what else was there? Oh gosh. Okay. So there's a game called Doctor Chaos for the NES. The artwork on the cover, amazing, amazing artwork. The game itself, not so much. I couldn't get into it. I was actually really put off by it by the first time I tried it out. I was offended to the point of asking the person who had suggested it, like, why would you put me through this? Why did you suggest I try this game? And maybe I was a little harsh on the person, but I was really let down because the artwork said otherwise. The artwork was so deceiving to me. I thought the game was going to be amazing.
Long story short, you're not talking to your mother anymore. Got it.
I have one other quick one. Have you ever played Thunder and Lightning or Fire and Ice on the NES?
Thunder and Lightning and Fire and Ice. I have not.
I enjoy them. They're like kind of puzzle games.
Okay. Yeah. As a matter of fact, isn't one of them on the Nintendo Switch, or am I wrong?
I wouldn't know. I think I have about no, I have a few hours in on Zelda, which means like 40 hours. But other than that, I haven't touched that thing in a while. I have no clue if that's on there.
Dan, you know?
Is it a standalone game or is it on the network thing?
Yeah, it might be on
probably
the
on
network.
Those
on
free games they give out every month.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking that sounds right.
One of them might be on there. Yeah, there's some of my favorites to go to for just tinkering around when you want to have a little fun.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Dizzy, you can go next then if you want, buddy.
Sure. I'm actually glad Omega got that elote corn story out of the way for the people that don't know the origins. But that alone shows you how big Omega Ace is in the community. For that to spread that far, like I said, it's bigger than the story now. And Omega Ace is pretty much, to me, I really look up to Omega Ace a lot. He's the definition of showing how to build a community. He has a huge community. As soon as he jumps on stream, the chat gets lit. There's so many people in there, and he's put me on to a lot of like Central and South American streamers that I didn't know about. Him being bilingual, he's able to cater to both communities in the same stream. You know, he doesn't leave anybody out, which I think is amazing. I think that's something I don't see a lot, but like I said, he understands how to build a community, and a lot of people look up to him. I look up to the man a lot. I want to say right here on the podcast, Omega Ace, I've told you this before, but I really thank you a lot. Before I even had a YouTube channel, just being in Omega Ace's streams, he told his whole community, like, I didn't have a channel at the time. My name was DizzyFP187. It wasn't even DizzyTheGamerJit, and he told me, well, he told his whole chat, you know, I've seen Dizzy's Instagram, and just from his Instagram, I see a lot of good things coming. And just those, you know, small words alone, you know, of course, helped me and let me know that maybe I can do this YouTube thing. Chris was also another person who told me some kind words at the beginning, you know. Chris, I think I ordered some dust sleeves, and just Chris asking me, you know, do you have your own YouTube channel? That also let me know, like, hey, maybe I could do this, you know. And like I said, I always support my day ones, Omega Ace, Video Game Dust Sleeves, Chris. Everybody here on this podcast are pretty much my day ones, so you guys have my support.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you a lot. And like I'm gonna keep going on the building the community. Ace didn't say enough about that LLE.
No,
it is a wrestling simulation, but the way that he puts all these different YouTubers, I think he said about 70. To me, and we talk about it all the time, it helps promote their channels. You know, you could have 30 subs, but if Omega Ace puts you in that LLE event, you know, 800 people get to see it, you know? And I think that's great. I want Omega Ace, if you can, speak about the promos that the YouTubers can do, because if you've gone on my channel, you've seen I've done an LLE promo for Omega Ace.
I've seen that.
And
promo.
I just want you to, yeah, exactly. And that just gives all promotion to that YouTuber. So can you speak about that? Elaborate about the promos and how somebody could do them?
Definitely, yeah. So my stipulations are I'd say they're reasonable. All I really ask is that you support my channel and Mazin Powers. And of course I don't mean drop into every single stream. I don't have unrealistic expectations like that. If you support the channel, which most of us know what that means, you just occasionally drop in, say hi, do a little bit of catching up every once in a while. Maybe just drop a comment, and you just make a name, a face. You put a name to a face, so to speak. If you have a channel, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, and I have something to work with, because I can't make a wrestler if I don't have anything to work with. That's the thing. If you're not on camera and you don't have even so much as an avatar that I can work off of, then I can't make you. Simple as that. But if you can do those two things, just create some form of avatar or be on camera, and support our channel, as that means you will inevitably be a part of the LLE. It's only a matter of time. Now, here's the thing about the promos, though. To sweeten the pot, what we do with these promos is, if you are brave enough to cut a promo, that guarantees you a spot in LLE. I make you that night. I will get up.
Nice.
I will get up. I'll boot up the game. I make the wrestler right there that night, and I push to put them in the very next event. So if you want to be a part of the LLE, that's all you got to do is cut a promo. Dizzy and Easy from Brothers Forge Gaming cut amazing
Cage match.
promos, amazing promos. And
Cage
I'm not
match.
real. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said cage match.
Oh yeah,
We did that.
They
That
did.
tells you that I was actually watching, but I was lurking. You see, I lurk a lot on a lot of channels. Nobody knows I'm there, but I'm there.
There you go. Yeah, the thing is that there's only I'm not gonna put bias towards any particular wrestler. Everybody's gonna have equal stats across the board. But I mean, if you're going far out of your way by cutting a promo, you're essentially promoting yourself,
Yeah.
and in turn you're promoting our channel. Everybody wins there.
Yep.
So I go the extra mile. I make sure I make the wrestler look like they did in the promo to a T. I even go as far as to ask them, hey, what entrance theme did you want, so I can put that on there for you. So when you come in, that's the song that plays. And gosh, man, those promos, man, they were hilarious, and they've already spawned everybody was too shy to do it, but because of Dizzy and EZ, we've already got two other promos lined up, as well as two other guys talking about cutting promos. So they're gonna start pouring in those promos, man, and I'm really excited to see that. All the playful trash talking, it's all in good fun, and we all have fun, and we make it a point to actually describe the wrestler's channel as they're entering the ring. Mazin and I, when we're doing our commentary, we'll describe the channel. We remind people that if they click on the description of the video, all the links of all the YouTubers that are performing in the ring that day they're on there. They're in the description, so people can just click right away and go to their channel.
Yeah, that's all promo for the YouTuber. Like I said, Omega Ace, I look up to him because he shows you what building a community is about. And I've spoken to him before. Like, there's a lot of times you might have a YouTuber with thousands of subscribers, but they jump on a stream and there's nobody in the chat. It's because they haven't built that community up. You might have a YouTuber with just a couple of subs, but they have everybody in the chat and it's always lit. It's all about building that community. So Omega Ace knows exactly what he's doing. And if you guys want to make a promo, you know what? Just you can make it about me. Make it against me. I'm fine with that. It's been done before. I've heard so many YouTubers telling me, "Hey man, I'm gonna make a promo about you against you," and that's fine, man. We'd love to see that. I definitely would love to see that.
Definitely.
It's all in good fun, and it's all a simulated match. Like, so anybody can win. There's no telling who's gonna win. So it's great. I love Omega Ace's channel. And we spoke about a couple different things. But how did you hook up with Mazin Power? And before that, I just want to say if you guys click all the way to my first video I ever made on YouTube, my birthday stream, I have a can of corn in the video. Shout out to OmegaAceGaming.
Mazen
Yeah, how'd you hook up with Mazen?
Man, oh man, Mazen. I mean, I met him through Megadance channel. That was before Mazen was doing, outside of uploading videos for Gundams. He would also upload gameplays, and his gameplay was impressive. But behind curtains, there were a lot of naysayers saying, "Oh, this dude's doing some fishy editing or something. There's no way he accomplished that." So rather than tell Mazen, "Hey, these guys are talking bad about you," I said, "Hey, Mazen, you should start streaming and do these things live." Next thing you know, Mazen's killing games left and right live, and all these naysayers are getting real quiet. They stop talking.
That's so true.
So Mazen Power, he's incredible when it comes to being able to speak both languages. He speaks Spanish fluently and much more comfortably than I do. So when it came to LLE as a second commentator, I couldn't think of anybody better. So I approached Mazen after I had made about 30, 40 wrestlers, and I said to Mazen, "Hey, I have this crazy idea if you want to join in on it." He's a great mediator. He does a lot of translating, so I'll say something in English and he'll repeat it in Spanish. That way everybody feels included. We have wrestlers that are representatives from all over. We have wrestlers from Argentina, Mexico, Ireland, the UK, as well as various parts of the US. So it's really cool to see everybody, especially the diversity of the group, just laughing together and just having a good time.
Yep. The corn is worldwide. Yeah, I saw also when you hit your 50th sub, you pulled out like 6 huge boxes of nothing but Castlevania memorabilia, like a custom NES Castlevania Nintendo. Like, do you know how many you exactly have of those Castlevania different things, or is it just too much to be able to number? Like, how much stuff do you have there?
I can't number it anymore. I've got several storage bins. I have at least one copy of every Game Complete in box now. I just can't. And that's what happens when you go off on the deep end. It's like you finish collecting it, and next thing you know, you're collecting the soundtracks, you're collecting magazines.
Nice.
It just keeps growing, man. I don't even have room to display it. It's all just stored away. And I'm hoping that one day have a dedicated room for it so I can just have it all looking pretty,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Anybody else, Chris?
Yeah, any other questions, guys?
No, I think I asked all mine.
All right, Omega, you have any questions for us?
Shoot, I mean, I'd actually just like to ask you guys, like, what favorite franchises you guys have in particular, because I know I talked a lot about Castlevania. I'm curious to know what franchises you guys got into, and what was your gateway? Where like mine, for example, was Circle of the Moon. That was my gateway to Castlevania. So if you want, we could start with Bandana and just go from there.
Yeah, go ahead, Bandana. Castlevania for him too. Mega Man.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, isn't like tight. Like the video games are nice, but they're not the thing. Probably Mega Man. Mega Man is
Nice.
Core in my heart. Castlevania has gotten up there, but I came to Castlevania as a much older person. But Mega Man, I still remember seeing Mega Man 3 at my babysitter's house when I was like 4. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Mega Man.
Bones.
I'm gonna have to go a little more to the PC to start, and then back to console. But I'm gonna go with Doom, because that was definitely one of the most changing games for me. That literally to this day, I've gone out of my way to buy almost every damn Doom game they've made, even just for the 3DO, even though it's a crappy version, and the Genesis version is not that good, but I still bought it on the 32X. I still want every version. So I'm going to have to pick Doom. That was probably my biggest stepping stone into really playing a lot of games.
Awesome.
Dan?
I guess my go-to franchise would be like Final Fantasy. I I used to play a lot of RPGs, not so much now, but so that's probably my go-to franchise. But you mentioned Donkey Kong 3 early on. I was a big Donkey Kong player back in the day, so that's also. I'm a good deal older than most of the guys here, so my gaming days go further back, and so I like a lot of the older
Nice.
stuff. Yeah, I like a lot of the older stuff, Atari stuff. So, yeah, Donkey Kong's a solid start for me too.
Awesome.
Dizzy.
Yeah, Ace probably knows it, but it's
GTA.
GTA, Grand Theft Auto all the way. The PS2 versions, the original 3. I've talked to you guys on the podcast before. The reason for that is I was right there when that game came out, and it changed the way gaming was from then on. Like, the first thing I did was grab a bat and start beating on cars. Like, I've never seen that in a game before that. Now it's everywhere, but before that, you can jump in the car and actually get away from the cops. It changed the way gaming was, and I've spent so many hours on the original 3 on PS2, so that's definitely my go-to. And it got me started on PS2 gaming. I love those games.
All right. Well, with me, my very first console was an Atari as well, but I'm not going
Nice.
with an Atari game. I'm going to go with an NES game, and it's the Super Mario franchise. That's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Hell
not
yeah.
many people,
Classic.
not many people think of that, but yeah, 1, 2, and 3, I can play them all day and never get old.
Yep, classic.
You know, it seems like a lot of people are generally hesitant to say Super Mario because it's many consider it a cliche answer, but
Right.
you can't deny how amazing those games are. My favorite game of all time is not a Castlevania title; it's Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yep.
That is my favorite
Nice.
game of all time. And
Typically, most people would say, like, if you talk an NES, Mario 3 is like usually number
Yeah. Yep.
that for me is one of those games where I can't skip any levels because I appreciate the game design too much.
one. Right.
Oh man. Yep. Graphics
I-
are great.
It's a great looking game. It's got so many colors, man. There's like, I mean, gosh, there's even a level that's like neon colored, basically. Like the colors are just all over the place in that game, and that's actually something I'm kind of bummed out that they kind of watered it down in a way when they released it on the Super Mario All Stars for the Super Nintendo. They made the levels more uniform. They
Right.
made them look more like each other. But if you play the original version on the NES, man, it's
They're
night and day.
different. Yeah. Yep. Work of art.
Definitely.
Well, that's what games are.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's finish it off. Game of the month, Bandana.
I'm gonna say Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. It's first game I've been able to get my console game I've been able to get my kids on, so I'm really excited to be playing that with them a lot these days.
Nice. Bones.
I'm gonna go with Final Doom. You guys made me think of Final Doom, so now I'm getting an urge to play that. So I'm gonna pick that.
Doom is on the horizon, huh? Dan.
I'll pick Mega Man: The Wily Wars, since we touched on a little bit of Mega Man for the Sega Genesis. Retrobit put out a version of it recently, and I actually opened it up and played it for the first time, so it was really good.
Dizzy.
I'm gonna say Double Dragon 6 on the Switch. I think it just came out. I was just watching Miami Gaming Retro and Beyond stream it, and it looks just like the original NES one. So
Nice.
I am gonna pick that game up.
Omega.
I'd say Infernax. A friend of mine suggested I try it, and I was praying that I didn't like it too much, but then I ended up loving it, and now I regret not buying a physical copy because it's being scalped for double, triple the price.
Oh,
Love the scalping.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Mario Brothers 3, just because it's an awesome game.
Yeah,
That's right.
it is.
it really is. It really is.
Never get old.
Never.
No, sir.
Nope. Still hasn't.
No.
Everybody still plays it to this
Exactly.
day.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for coming on, Omega.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. I had a lot of fun, guys. Thank you.
Definitely come back on sometime when you have time. We plenty of topics we go over.
Definitely.
Thank you to all the members for coming. Bandana actually making it this time. Thanks, Bandana.
Yeah,
Being
show
here,
up every
baby.
so often. I pay my membership dues. And,
Yeah, okay. No dues required to be on this podcast. Let's just say that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, don't blow, just leave. Later.
He loved it.
Later.
Have a good night. See ya.
Corn.
Hey, guys.
Corn. Bandana.
Yo.
Bones.
Yo, yo.
Dan.
Mic check. Mic check.
Dizzy.
Check it out. Check it out.
Omega.
Hey, hey.
Chris.
Yes, I'm here.